Just finished a coaching call with someone, helping them to structure their book, but I need a walk now. Give me a minute and we'll chat about why now is a great time to write your book. It was astonishing, creating this video about ideas and why it's worth writing now. And there's the farmer at the end of the road on the walk that I normally do down to the river. He's clearing the ground, turning it over, preparing it for the next phase of whatever it is he wants to do. It just helped reinforce that this time is something that we all need to use to prepare for the next phase. Writing a book now is kind of like what the farmer is doing. You're clearing away the scrub, the undergrowth from the projects and the work that you've been doing. You are preparing the ground, laying the foundations for the next phase so that when everything comes good, we can make a great start, because we're all startups now, frankly. So all of the work that you put into writing a book now will pay dividends later. I think I say in the book masterclass, which you should watch, by the way. I'll leave a link at the end. It's a webinar where I talk about why write a book. What's the purpose? And to some extent, it's to create a marketing platform for your business, for what it is that you do, so that new leads, new clients, ideal clients come flooding through the door. Take a look at that. I'll leave a link later on. But I wanted to just spend a few moments to say, this crazy time though it is, this is a really good time to write your book. There are 4 reasons. The first reason you want to write your book now is, well, frankly, it's a great use of time. Excuse me, just going to turn this light off. It's a great use of time. A project like a book is something that does take some time. It'll take less time than you imagine, by the way. Jackie and I can get blank page to a book on Amazon in about 12 weeks, and we can show you how to do that in one of our other videos. But don't get too put off by the amount of time it can take you. But this is a great use of your time. You do need chunks of time to prepare a book. You also need to arrange interviews. I usually suggest that people write a book based on interviews with people, because then it becomes not just your words, it becomes the words of other people. It makes it more credible, even more credible than you just saying something. So the time is a necessary evil. You have to use a chunk of time to write your book. We can help you to streamline it, as I say, but this would be a great use of your time right now in these crazy times. Writing a book now can also be a great investment. You can get a great return on the investment of the time that you're investing, because not only will you generate sales from the book, and you won't get as much money from selling your book as you imagine, but the book itself will give you a great return because it makes you more visible to the ideal clients that you want to serve. You can even put references, resources in the book of the services and the products that you make. So you can literally get a return on the investment of the time that you spend in your book. So that's another really great reason to spend time now working on a book, because you get a huge return on the investment of that time. Third reason, a lot of people think writing a book is just to create one item of content. Well, that's not the case. When you create a book, you're creating a whole series of blog posts and articles, which you can literally take from sections of the book. One of the things I've done recently is share the interviews, the 20 odd interviews I did in the book, share those separately. So that's 20 something articles. I also turned those into videos, because I video recorded the articles. So they became films on a YouTube channel. The audio I ripped off and turned into an iTunes podcast, and also the core framework, the core structure in the book, I turned into a PDF, a checklist, a blueprint, if you like. So when you write a book, you're not just creating a one item of content, you're basically creating a marketing plan for the year after you write the book. And that way you can not only promote more copies of the book, but also the work that you do to generate still more revenue from the services that you have, or revenue for the clients that you serve if you're in non-profit. So it's a powerful marketing tool, and most people underestimate how valuable creating a book is. But when you work on a book, actually, here's a useful idea. People talk about write your blog posts and then compile all those into a book, which I think is completely the wrong way around. Blog your book. We say book your blog. In other words, work on a book, and that will create content, all strategically focused on serving your ideal client. So writing your book first creates a powerful marketing program for at least a year afterwards. And fourthly, it can be your always-on sales team. If you've created a marketing program for excuse me, my eyes are screwed up. If you've created a marketing program for the year ahead, then your book, the services that you include and the appendices to the book, the resources that you have, are going to be on sale all year round. If you wanted to hire a salesperson or an agency to sell your services, to sell your products, then it would cost you an arm and a leg, an entire salary for a year, or an entire service contract for a year. But a book is your silent salesperson working for you. Whenever someone searches for the topic that your book is about, then you can be selling your services through the book. So it's worth spending some time, investing some money in preparing a book, because it's much more cost effective. Imagine going to an exhibition, for example, when this is all over. Imagine going to an exhibition, going to a conference. The money that you spend on that just for 2 or 3 days, well, that's lost. That's a sunk cost. But you invest time, you invest money in preparing a book and marketing as a result of the book, then that money will create a massive return on investment for months, if not years, to come. When we wrote The 7 Failings of Really Useless Leaders, I was speaking on stages around the world for 5 years, solidly as a result of that, using that self-same title, The 7 Failings of Really Useless Leaders. So it's a salesperson, a sales team working for you 24/7. So, recap, I'm going to have to put these on. Four reasons to write your book now. 1, it is a great use of your time in these crazy times. 2, you will get a great return on the investment of that time in the future. Partly because 3, writing a book creates a massive amount of marketing, replaces a lot of the things that you would normally be doing in the uncrazy times. Marketing is not, a book is not just one piece of content. It creates a massive number of articles, videos, podcast audios, if you manage your time well. And fourthly, it is a silent salesperson. It works for you for months to come, for years to come potentially. So that is 4 reasons you should be writing a book right now.